Sup nerds? I bet you still haven't played Muramasa the Demon Blade. What's wrong with you? So, remember in the last video when I said that Kisuke was a whiny baby man? He's totally not a whiny baby man. He just seemed like that, like, off the bat. It's just a little annoying. But then you learn to love him because his story is actually really, really good. The Kisuke story takes place in like the same general areas of the Momohime story, with the exception of like a few places, like how there are special places in the Momohime story, like heaven, hell, the mountain where you fight the gods. The Kisuke story has the same type of like special areas to it. When you start his game, you just have amnesia. So none of us even know what's going on, I guess. But one thing that we do definitely know is that all the ninjas are pissed at you. Every of the ninja is pissed at you. But why? And then we find out why. The first reason why is because when you try to show up to the ninja den to figure out why, you break this seal on like the castle town and you let out these giant centipede creatures that just start demolishing everything, and people are pretty pissed off at you. But Kisuke finds the kindness in his heart and is like, I'll help out. I got it. My bad. He basically says.
そうとは知らず封を解いたが、俺のせいには違いねえ。放って逃げちゃ寝覚めが悪いぜ。
When you're done fighting creepy giant bugs, you go meet up with the Shogun ninja leader guy, who's Yukinojo, who's what I like the crappier dudes from the Momohime story. And he's like, oh hey, this girl has this sword that you need to go get. We like sent you to go get and then you didn't get, so go get it. But they're like, oh, you should like protect her because she has the sword and blah blah blah. So you make your way over to like protect / probably kill. They're like, go protect her, and I'm assuming that they're like, go murder her. You find Torahime, who, guess what? Guess who Torahime is? Well, okay, one, she's like everything. She's my favorite person for the whole game because she's undead. You find that out first, I guess. She's undead. And then two, she rides a skeleton horse freaking everywhere. Just in and out of battles, probably to the grocery store, hops on her skeleton ghost demon horse thing. I want that. I need that.
鳴神藩主鏡明義が一女虎姫。今やこの身が狼に牙むく鬼姫なれば何恐ろしいものがあるものか。
When you roll up to Torahime's house, literally everybody is crazy pissed at you. And you're just like, I don't know what I did. I have amnesia. Who am I? Who are you? You're really putting all of your eggs in the amnesia basket in this. So they're like, oh, well, you tried to kill Torahime. What's your problem? And you're like, I don't know, because I have amnesia. Seriously, every time that someone asks you about something, you're like, I don't know, I have amnesia. Which I guess you would say if you have amnesia, but at the same time, like, don't repeat yourself. Just go on. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Anyways, though, after talking to Torahime and everyone, you find out that the super sword that you also needed from the Momohime story, that Junkuro was super after, is the one that Torahime has been protecting this whole time. So she's like, oh, we gotta go get it, I guess. No one has the sword the entire time. I'm pretty sure it doesn't even exist. It's just, no one ever has it. You're always on the hunt for it. So you go with Torahime to go fight some more ninjas somewhere, because just all the ninjas are pissed. They're all so pissed. Like, specifically at you. There's so many ninjas. There's so many ninjas. Also, like, all the people that you fight have this other evil ulterior motive that's to disrupt all of the magic energy that goes to Mount Fuji. So you end up having to go to the top of Mount Fuji. Like, it's just an everyday trip. When you're in Japan, I guess you can just show up to the top of Mount Fuji by the end of the day. At the top, there's the most pissed off dragon you've ever seen. Whew. He has some words for you. And it's not so much words, it's like a whole bunch of lightning fire. The best part, though, is that after the dragon battle, he's like super cool and chill. He's like, oh my bad, I was just livid because all of these nerds freaking messed up all the energy flow, and now Heaven's Gate's opening, and it's just causing more problems for him. So he was like, I just flew off, I'm super sorry, guys. So he just kind of sends you on your merry ways, like, I'm gonna clean this up over here, why don't you go kind of help me out fixing all this stuff, I guess. He's just a nice guy, dragon dude.
鉄のごとき竜輪が豆腐のようだ。真っ赤と村正はよく切れる。これほど痛い目を見ては頭も冷えるわ。
You also get to find out your missing memories after that, because the battle like awakens all your brain cells into remembering what you're about. So the reason why Kisuke has amnesia is because he let this like ancient swordsman dude kind of take over his body a little bit, which is like a super running theme for the whole game. And you let him in there because Kisuke was about to die, and he was like, yo, I'll save your life, and also I'll kind of get to come back to life if we'd like do the soul fusion dance thing. So he's just, that's how you can have all these cool swords and not make yourself go crazy with the Muramasa Demon Blade legend making you go super crazy after you open it up. Somehow, I don't remember how actually, but Torahime gets captured by this evil spider dude. So you have to go in there, mess him up. Also, this story's version of the stupid butterflies is teeny tiny skull spiders. Like, the spiders are actually the skulls of the people that the spider has, like, killed. It's cool, but also, like, really uncomfortable because no, spiders are just not, no spiders, never spiders. So I killed that thing so hard. Ooh, I, like, lived out all of my spider killing dreams with just the Wiimote, just like, die spider, this is for every spider that's ever scared me.
知らぬのか俺はもはや網の中におる獲物であろう。見やれ、子雲らが海の血を吸いたいと騒いでおるぞ。
Or wait, she gets captured by the spider, and then you go to Mount Fuji and fight a dragon. Yeah, I said that backwards. Just pretend like I said it in the right order. Because when you get to the final last boss, it's because the dragon sent you there. Yep. Okay, I figured it out. The dude that's been messing with the magic energy in Mount Fuji is this, like, he's literally like the most pissed off looking Japanese dude in the history of Japan, I think. There's never been a more grumpier looking dude. The reason why he's so grumpy is because he's like the thing that's trapped in the big ultra demon blade. He's this angry dog god who was imprisoned in it because he wanted to be like a full-fledged god, but like the president of the gods was like, no, I won't let you do that. So he went berserk, and they were like, this is uncomfortable, so they locked him away in the sword. So that's why the sword is like super powerful. So he gets out, and that's why he's trying to crack his way up into heaven, so he can have that divine light, so he can just do it anyway. It's like, suck it, everyone. I think that's admirable, but also it just threw Japan just for a loop and a half. For me, as a final boss battle, I thought it was pretty light. It was a two-parter, which was okay, but I felt like I beat it pretty easily. I also like to over-level a little bit, so I might have been like just slightly stronger than like the recommended level to do it, but also it just seemed a little bit easy. What do you mean is, I guess it's okay because you don't want to be stuck on the same thing forever, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just good at video games. I think my favorite part about the whole story was the very end, because Kisuke is kind of like a total brat, like at heart. I'm going to spoil it a little bit, because there's also 3 versions of this story. So, I mean, if I kind of spoil at least one, then maybe it's not the best. It's only 1/3 as bad than spoiling all of the endings. So, there's that. I'll say spoiler alert just in case. So here's a spoiler alert if you care, from a game that came out in 2009. Torahime died right before you fought the final boss. And after you fight him, you go to talk to like Buddha's friend. I forget her name, but she's like kind of in charge a bit, I guess. And you're like, give me back to Torahime. She deserves to live because I was the jerk and she just was trying to do her job. Give her back. And the lady's like, no, she's attained enlightenment? That is not a word. She's obtained enlightenment. It's late. Anyway, she won't give her back. So Kisuke's like, oh, well, if you're not going to give her back, then take this. And he seppukus himself. How that, like, does anything, like, at all, I have no idea. He's just like, oh yeah, we'll take this. I'm dead now. Like, that's the biggest brat move I have ever seen. Like, you won't give me what I want. I'm literally actually killing myself right here, and I love it. Then this makes the whole game for me. Seriously.
説教なんてクソくらいだ。虎姫が生き返らねえんなら、俺が未練たらしく生きる意味もなくなった。俺の中にいると言いやがったな。なら、こうしてくれら。様、見やがれ。
And then you get like reincarnated and like your cool sassy fox lady friend, who's at all the save spots in this game. She kind of like helps reincarnated Kisuke and Torahime like meet again. Sassy fox lady, in Kisuke Story, not as good as Ceci, super sexy fox lady Momohime Story. She's fun. She's got this cool hair flip. She always turns all the way around before she talks to you, which I think is fun.
転生忘却の断りで前世のすべてをお忘れとはいえ、キスケ様はどうも鈍くいらっしゃって骨が折れまする。
This story was actually probably 2 hours shorter than the Momohime story. So I think that that's also why I felt like it was a little bit easier, because you just kind of like blew through it. I was actually worried that I was getting close to the end about halfway through my playthrough. Luckily that wasn't the case, but I was like, this is getting like dangerously close to the end. I thought it was going to be like a 3-hour story, but it was a little over 6. And for Momohime's, I clocked in at 8 hours, 15 minutes around. I also messed with a little bit more of some of the like game mechanics, like the cool things that you can do within the game to like help you play the story. And the thing that I really didn't mess around with at all in Momohime Story was the forge. So for the Kisuke Story, I kind of went in there and messed around. Muramasa, the dude that actually makes all the swords, is like with you all the time. I don't know, his ghost is there. The ghost of Muramasa just hangs out with you, I guess. And if you have enough spirit and souls, then he'll just make you a new sword. And so I had him make me a couple of swords. I mean, he may as well. He's here anyway. The one issue that I did have with Kisuke Story that I really wish wasn't there, and this is just me like nitpicking at this point, is that Kisuke can wield 2 different types of swords. There's the long sword and then the shorter sword. They have names, but I don't know them. But there's like real Japanese names for a bigger, heavier sword and a shorter, lighter sword. These are the descriptors that I'm going with right now. Since Kisuke can use the longer, heavier sword, that means that his movements are slower and drag on. And it's just, I didn't like it at all, these long, stupid swords. I still 100% recommend this game for people to get and play and replay and then replay again. And if you super like it, then they have a second version, like a whole new story for the Vita, which I don't even have that one. That's the thing I need to get next, is Muramasa freaking Revival, or whatever it's called. I'll figure it out later. I'll write it on the bottom. But I think that's it. I think I've covered all the bases for the whole game. Both people, all the endings, the game mechanics, the art I still love to death. The music is good. The swords are cool. There's jokes. It's got the jokes. It's just a good game. You can't not like it. If you don't like it, then I don't want to hang out with you. Seriously. Seriously. It's got big hair today, guys. I'm not sorry. Since I can't think of anything else that's great about this game, since I feel like I covered everything, I'm just gonna wrap it up with the same thing that I always say. Just don't forget to like and subscribe. And if there's a game that you think that I haven't played, let me know down in the comments. Also, if you still would like to see a full playthrough of this game, or just one of the stories, since it's kind of long, I would still like to do it, because it's a great game. It'll give me a reason to play through and get one of the second endings from either person. But I will talk to you guys later. I don't know why my voice went so high.